Good.
John, talk about practice today and what you guys got back out there.
Yeah, today was good. It's a walkthrough day, but we came out ready to go. I mean, it's important when something like that happens and you see how everybody responds. We got good men on this team, and we came ready to go.
How much more can you maybe do this week, practice-wise?
What do you mean, like physically?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm full go. I'm good. I played in the game, so if anything starts hurting, I'll chill out, but I'm good to go.
How much more can that maybe help you in preparation this week versus maybe last week where you didn't know if you were going to be able to go?
Practice is super important, and I mean, I don't think that was the reason, everything happened, but it's super important for any player, from professional to youth. Like, you need to practice, and it'll be good getting into rhythm and working my body, being ready to go.
Looking back at the tape, what maybe did you see? What areas do you feel like maybe you missed on?
It's just decision making, taking another breath and really seeing the field and seeing, knowing the situation and not guessing and doing too much. I think that's what came up, and I'm obviously not happy about it, and nobody should be. But the teammates, they have my back, and I appreciate that.
Will a full week of practice help you get back in Q, because you were seeing everything before this game and having great games? Will a full week of practice help you get back to that?
Yeah, I think a full week of practice is always more beneficial.
John, I know you said that the pain levels were fine and fine physically throughout the game, but how much did maybe you saw you bleeding on the sideline? How much did that maybe nag you during the game?
Oh, I mean, it's just the trainer came over and it just it didn't really bother me. It's happened before, but it was just a scab that came loose. I mean, so it didn't worry me, and it didn't hurt. But they just put some stuff on it and put some more tape on it, but it was fine.
How's your confidence going into a road environment like South Carolina?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. Obviously, never been there before. First road SEC game, so I'm excited. I think confidence is if your confidence is fragile in this league, then in this game you don't have a chance. So being a man, I mean, it was tough on me, obviously. Again, not happy about it, but you gotta step up and find a way, and I will.
John, what about you have defense? And they've got a great defensive end. What do you see in South Carolina's defense?
Yeah, they're good. They're real stout. They do a lot of good things and have a lot of good players, and so I'm excited.
John, as an offense, everybody looks at this league and league play the rest of the way as a one possession, league. How does that change your mentality offensively, and how do you have to approach games knowing that you're probably not going to blow anybody out?
Right. Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, especially like what we did last year and what I'm used to, but it's we have such a good defense. You just play and you keep the ball moving forward, and then if they stop you, okay, it's not a huge deal. It's football, and everybody's good in this league, and so you gotta capitalize on your opportunities when people do make mistakes, and when you get them in a good situation, you gotta capitalize.
How much better can you guys get in the run game facing this type of competition?
Yeah, we can get better. There's things you can do, get pointed better, strain better, all those things. You can always get better, and me running out of my fakes more, I can get better, and we can all do something to get a little better.
John, what does it say about Keonta's that he was able to give it a go 1 week after such a scary moment?
Yeah, I mean, he's a tough dude, great human being, and great friend, great teammate, and he puts it on the line for us, and I'm super proud of him, and I just appreciate him.
John, how much does having Javani back help you guys, and what does that maybe give you guys as an offense compared to what you were working with earlier?
Yeah, I mean, he's a huge presence. I mean, he's a great dude, just like K-Lou, but he's a presence, a physical presence, huge. And so we'll give him a lot of opportunities, and getting the ball in his hand is something we need to do.
Has he returned the favor and cooked for you?
No, we haven't yet. We haven't done that yet. We will, though.
John, what was Arbuckle's message to you after that loss?
Just that he believes in me, he has my back, and I appreciated that. And there's tough games for everybody. It sucks that was in that game and in that environment, especially standing here today. It sucks because it was 2 days ago, But he's a great. I really appreciate him as a mentor and a man and a friend, and so he has my back, and it means the world to me.
I think everybody knows what you went through to get back and how quickly you come back. Do you feel like people have had your back this week, lifting you up a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, especially the people I've talked to, and I appreciate them and everything. My family, obviously, a bunch of friends, got a bunch of texts, but yeah, I appreciate it. It means a lot to me that they gave me some grace and because I needed it a little bit, but they got my back.
John, I know you got cleared Thursday, but what are the challenges of just trying to come back and play when you hadn't really practiced much in 3 weeks?
I mean, a lot of the mental reps, just standing back and seeing, and I believe, just knowing when you can pull the trigger. Like, this is when I'm pulling. Like, this is where I'm gonna throw, and seeing the, like, just taking the reps and with your eyes is huge, and it helps. And I thought I did a good job keeping my body ready, keeping my legs ready. My hand was hurt, but that doesn't mean my legs were hurt. So I just kept running and everything. So I felt ready to go. I mean, I was good, and I was throwing normal, and yeah, the process was tough, but I got to where I needed to be. I just didn't perform.
John, what are you looking to prove this week, maybe to some of the critics or anyone saying some bad stuff about you out there?
Yeah, I didn't really look at it. There's probably some stuff, but I haven't looked at it, thankfully, for my peace of mind. But I mean, just coming back, I think it's for me and for this team as a man, and but it's not for any other outside reason. We got to play good football, and that's it.
John, you feel like missing all that practice time maybe just messed with your timing on Saturday?
No. I think I just had made bad decisions and made bad throws, but nothing because of practice or my hand or anything.
And Brent said after the game just how important it was for you guys to turn the page today and yesterday. Have you seen the guys respond in the locker room, or what's that been like?
Yeah, it's tough, and we haven't been through something like this before, and so you see what kind of men you have on the team. But we got a lot of good men, and we know the end goal, and so but we're ready to go today.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
Ginger, I know it's just been a couple of days, but what was the takeaway just from the defense on Saturday?
Yeah, man, we're so close, but we're so far at the same time. And if you don't do the details to win, it's going to humble you. We got humbled on Saturday, but we're going to move on. We're able to learn from it. But it's all a learning experience, Like Coach V says all the time, it's a one-possession league, and we didn't do the steps that we need to do in the fourth quarter or in the second half alone to, finish that game out.
Talk about just the frustration, maybe just the open field tackles, just how much of an emphasis is that right now this week practice?
Yeah, all the fundamentals. It's the little things that what got us beat. It wasn't the big things, wasn't the big plays. It was the little fundamentals, techniques, being in your gaps, wrapping up, tackling. So we got to get back to the basics. And shoot, we're there. We just got to keep working.
You've been around for multiple Texas games. You know how emotional that game is, especially the week after.
Definitely.
What's going to be important this week in terms of preparing for South Carolina and coming down from the highs of that game?
I would say the biggest thing is not let Texas beat us twice. What I mean by that is not let that game, linger on to this week. We still got an SEC opponent on the road. And as y'all know, that it don't get easier. So we just got to continue to, get back to the basics, reload. Texas happened. We got to move on. It's unfortunate, but we got a team in South Carolina that they're playing good football right now.
Speaking of which, your first thoughts on Sellers and Harbor?
Two amazing athletes. Great football players. They're good. They're extremely well for their team. Sellers, I think. He's able to show what he can do. I think a top prospect quarterback coming up in this year's draft if he keeps doing what he's doing. And then, like you said, Harper, one of the fastest people in the world, in the country. But he's an extreme athlete, bigger guy, so physical. Yeah.
How much do you look forward to that kind of challenge with Harper? Just like when you get to go up against receivers like that.
No, I'm excited for any challenge in the SEC. That's why I'm excited to be here in the SEC and playing for OU because we got matchups like that every week. So it's another one on the schedule. I'm excited. We'll get ready for it.
You guys are both track guys. Did you know Harbor?
Yeah, I actually did. I think I ran against him as a kid. My dad, he was telling me about it a couple weeks ago that we had ran against each other when we were younger. So I do remember him. Mm-hmm.
Was that part of the conversation coming out of Saturday too? Just like another big game this week. We have a ton of big games left. Like there's a lot of season left.
Still a lot of football. It's hard to be an undefeated team in the SEC. Obviously, that's the goal. And I'm not shying away from any loss. Any loss is important, but we have to stress to move on. It really is unfortunate, but we got to stress to move on because, like I said, we can't let Texas beat us twice, and we got a really good opponent that we got to get ready for.
You feel like everyone's kind of doing a good job of that? So it's only been a couple days, but kind of moving past it.
Yeah, obviously, we still got to get some things from the Texas game corrected to be able to move on for South Carolina because, as we know, some teams might run the same things, but we got to be prepared for everything. So. Yeah, we're preparing for South Carolina, but still getting over Texas, and moving on from our corrections.
Talking to RJ and our seniors just after the game, they're just pretty down on the beat. So what was it like to come together as like a leadership group just to pick each other up while you're still trying to turn the page?
Most definitely. I think for them too, if they were down on themselves, it just means that it means a lot to them. They understand that you don't get a lot of chances to play in that Red River game, and when it means a lot to you, you're not going to feel the best after you don't get the result you want when you put the work in. And I think they understand that, but those are two guys that, they played a lot of ball, especially in the SEC, so they know what it takes, to reload every single week. I have complete faith in them that they're going to go out there and do their job again this week at a high level.
Appreciate it, man. All right, man, having the chance to have watched the film now, how do you feel like you guys performed as a unit Saturday in that game?
We didn't perform to win, and that showed. We got to get better. The fundamentals, the basics, the details, and we will get better. It's a learning curve, and watch the tape with critical eyes and get better.
When you say you didn't play to win, are you talking about the things you just said? You weren't fundamentally sound in the game?
Correct. The defense as a whole, all three levels in the game, special teams, offense, defense, we didn't play to the OU standard, and that's something we're going to get corrected and fixed quickly.
That game's always an emotional one. How do you guys move past that with so much left to play for this season?
Yeah, it's next game, so we have a big opponent this week, and we're going to attack it, and you just got to continue to move on. We got a tough schedule, and we embrace it. So we got to get better each week, and some areas we did last week, and some areas we got to improve. So we'll sharpen it up and get ready for this weekend.
Yeah, leadership's obviously huge on this team. A lot of veteran guys, especially on the defense. Did any of them sort of speak out after the game? Did you guys give you guys a message after the loss or anything?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we got to put it into action, and we got to get better. Our leadership was there, and but we weren't. We didn't have good attention to the details. It's the fundamentals, so we'll get better.
How was practice today? The attitude.
We flushed it down the drain yesterday, and we're here to attack. And it's another Monday for us. So we're going to attack. We got a good opponent this weekend, and that's all we're worried about right now.
Taylor, statistically, the numbers at least would indicate you're having a pretty good season at this point. Where do you feel like your game's at individually?
Not good enough. Got to get better. A lot of areas, and got to keep working, keep shoveling, and keep getting better. And attention to details, fundamentals, getting lined up, and I'm going to continue to work on it, and Lord willing, get better each week.
Do you take pride in the fact that you among the best in the SEC right now in tackles for loss individually?
It doesn't mean nothing. I got to get better, so it doesn't mean anything.
Early into the week, what have you seen on tape from South Carolina quarterback Lenore Sellers?
He can run. He's an elite football player, and we got to do a good job and show up ready to go. They're playing amazing football right now, and so we're excited. It'll be fun.
He won't be the first rushing quarterback that you guys have faced, but when you have a guy that's built that big, what kind of challenge does he present?
A lot of challenges. He's elite, like I've been saying. We got to do a good job of giving good attention to detail and staying focused and doing our job. Coach V's going to put us in good calls. We just got to do our job. But, they're a great opponent. They're playing elite football, so we're excited to play them.
How much do you look forward to just the road environment? I know you guys played a true road game in the Temple game, but this is kind of a bigger test going on the road too.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited. It's always fun to travel and get on the road and play in a different environment, play in a different stadium. The crowd's going to be roaring, and we embrace that. So we're excited.
Coming off loss number 1 this season, especially in an emotional rivalry setting like that, what's just kind of been the overall spirit of the locker room ever since?
Spirits that hasn't changed. We're focused on getting better, and one loss doesn't. It's not going to defeat this team. That's not who we are, and we're just going to learn from it and get better. And that's all we're worried about right now. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks,
Taylor.
Taylor.
Appreciate it.